What's going on, everybody? What's going on? All right, y'all, just bear with me. What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
All right. It took a little while. Hold on.
It took
Yeah,
a.
let me grab my laptop so I can be able to share. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
And turn Bobby Brown down. If you can send that link to me, let's see where I can get it to the faster because I want to be able to share it around to my communities. Let's see here.
All right. I think I sent a link to your to the message on TikTok.
Okay, let me see what I can pull up on my laptop. Hold on.
All right.
Well, how's your Saturday so far?
So far it's all right. I guess just getting prepared for the move to my new place, a new chapter. Is a lot going on.
Oh, you better believe it. It definitely. Oh, I can share right from here. This is good. Once I get it in one place, here we go. Once I get it in one place, I can copy and paste it. Well, moving is definitely a season of. I'll be making 8 years on 9/11, new beginnings. So when I say new, it's a lot of changes for a lot of people. But remember, you're not starting over from scratch. You're starting over from experience. Because from
Right.
scratch is hard. It's hard when you starting all the way over, when you have nothing to start. But now you know what you want, don't want, what's gonna work, not work, and still kind of go from there. So it's
Yeah.
definitely I definitely can relate to the new beginnings. But it's all
Yeah.
transitions.
It is. It is something. It's a new beginning for me. And
Do your volume a little bit. Your volume went out a little bit.
oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, it just got your volume went down. I don't know what it literally just went down.
Oh,
Let
it
me see.
did. Let's see. Hold
Let
on.
me make sure I can share this around to. It was loud and clear, and then it got kind of soft.
Oh, it did. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me see.
And I'm doing some sharing around because I talked about it on my live earlier, so I want to make sure people get the link.
Okay.
So I don't like when they do the long, other they cut it down. You know when they do those long links, but they cut it
Hmm.
down. It's good. Let's see. Well, I have an event this evening, so that's why I was glad to have an interview right before because I talked about it on my flash sale earlier, and now I can talk about it leading up to. I was just telling a poet friend because this was my first event I ever done in Houston, Art After Dark. I
Oh,
booked that
wow. Wow.
August 15th, 2019. So when I was in Vegas, they uh they offered me a complimentary table. I need to send this to the host tonight. Let me do that now.
All
Hopefully, I got
right.
it cut and paste now.
That's what's up. So tell me about this event that you're doing.
Okay, gotta figure out what's going on with your mic. Why are you able to hear it on your end?
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't sound as clear as it was. I'm not sure. Maybe hopefully somebody else can come in and listen too.
Uh,
And and I'll send you the fly. I think I sent you the flyers of what I had tonight. But the theme is Alice in Wonderland, and Art After Dark is basically a showcase of artists, poets, any type of artistry. And again, that was my first event that I did in Houston.
right. Right.
And when I was in Vegas, she said, "Okay, because this will mean 7 years later." And I can't say I've done everyone, but I've done. I'm gonna need to go through my pictures and see. I think I've done everyone. If I'm available, I'm gonna. I like the longevity of knowing, hey, see you next month, see you next year, or you were the one last year. So that's why I like to have that longevity.
Okay. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Um, so tell me your journey into paparazzi and why it has been such an amazing success.
Okay. Well, I would say for me, the success is not based on, yeah, I've won awards and hit ranks, but you success is based on what you decide. Like if you show up at the event like tonight, you have an idea, you definitely want to sell something, but if your only goal is to sell something, you may not always be successful.
Right.
Sometimes at the end of events, someone say, I didn't do good. When you hear I didn't do good, what does that sound like? It has nothing to do with the performance, it has nothing to do with the sale. I didn't do good.
Right.
People say, "How did
Right.
you do?" Now it's a little different when you're doing, I guess, singing and acting. It's a little different. It is how did you do, but at the same time, we've seen people not perform as well before, but their talent still was there, their energy still was there. Like again, I'm pretty sure tomorrow I'm going to see somebody maybe forget a word or something. Something's going to happen because it's live performances. So
Correct.
it doesn't mean the person wasn't entertaining, doesn't mean you didn't find them attractive or whatever. So it just didn't the performance, but they did good. They just got to improve. So I've
Absolutely.
noticed that at the end of the events, people are like, "How did you do? How did you do?" I'm like, I got an opportunity to be here, show my business and all of that. So I did. It's always to me that's a success for me. I If it was based on everybody here paying for their invoice, being where they said they were going to be, of course, I will be so much more successful. But I'm in a business
Absolutely.
that's based on I mean, most business is based on other people doing something. So that's where the hang
Correct.
up with me becomes working with I love working with people, but that means you're working with people and whatever you work with. So and if I'm looking
Right.
down, that's me sharing this around, making sure people
Mhm.
has even if they can't catch it live, they can watch it later.
Right. Right. So you saying this is the first time you have done an event in Houston?
Yeah, this so I joined paparazzi 9/11 of 2018. So we're coming at like the year to date. I started shopping paparazzi June of 2018, supporting my cousin.
Correct.
And then August of that same year, my mom's birthday, August 15th, we just celebrated her birthday. We went bowling. In the picture I was wearing this necklace. But in the white stones, my favorite showstopper shimmer. I went bowling. That was my first website picture. Picture I took at her birthday was my first website picture. And I think it was literally and I did, how like Throwback Thursday, Flashback Friday to show where you came from. And here it is again, my mom's birthday again. So I joined 9/11 that same year, and then the following year, her birthday, I did my first Houston event. Now my first ever event was back home in Jasper at the park. It was like
Correct.
a health and
Mhm.
it was very cold outside. I remember
Mhm.
my dad and my cousin. Those are people who got your back when they're gonna stand out in the cold with you and see and support you. And then my
Mhm.
first cousin, she didn't make it to the event. She came by the house and got some things. And she went home and talked about her pieces. And I said, that was your first unofficial live because she eventually being on January 1st, 2019, she became my first team member. My first cousin joined on 1/1. First cousin was
Right.
my first team member on January 1st. So that kind of those are kind of stories that you remember no matter how far you go in anything. That's what to me it's been successful to me because I'm always working on a way to win. If you're only going
Correct.
to base your win on how many pieces of jewelry you sold or how many people, whatever your industry bases it on, then you'll always feel like you're not successful.
Okay. Well said. Well said. I'm saying I see you're very happy in paparazzi, and wow, it's been so long since you've been with paparazzi. What is like your favorite moment?
Let's see. And I'll say happy, and happy is one of those things you have to just keep working on. When you go down my stairs, it says life is meant to be lived. Choose happy, choose joy. And I'm a firm believer happy is an inside job. On all of my vision boards, you'll see the word happiness. Or no, to take
Correct.
that back, because you'll see an I, a capital I, because I is the middle of happiness, in the middle of the word. You have to have, it's an inside job. You have to work on it here. And I'll be honest, like I'm currently in a season, and I said it on my earlier live. I'm 42, never married, no children. Parents been married longer than I've been alive. Have a master's of marriage and family therapy, and I'm facing where I, like people put stuff in their cart and they don't pay for it. They abandon it. I'm dealing with someone that's done that with my heart, that's done that with my life, because I
Mm,
put that emotions into the cart and you abandon it and not paid for. It's the same thing, I deal, and it's a lot of unfinished business. Because if I base that on if I base that on that, then I wouldn't be successful, right? If I base because I haven't married, I haven't had children, still having struggles in relationships and partnerships, that will look like what? I'm not successful. But
right.
the way you keep going through that is, for me, is you get another day. You get another day to shine bright. When I came home yesterday to the hot house, I realized who's still in my corner, who still has my back. As long as you have solutions and support, you can keep going. So I'm successful because of who supports me, because I can do this, but somebody has to support it. Someone has to vouch for it. Someone has to recommend it. Someone has to refer it. My best moments, I say, are anytime I get an opportunity to share it with someone else. Vegas is great. We love convention. It's meant to be great. It's Vegas. But the
Mm-hmm.
best moments to me, like yesterday, we went to the Riverstone Memory Center.
Oh.
It was a small intimate setting, but I love
Mhm.
history. This time last year I did their pre-opening. They hadn't even opened yet, but it was a good event where they were just like showing people they were in the area. They had a ponies to ride, they had a
Mhm.
train, the director of culinary did some of the best hot dogs. So it was there's nothing wrong with being around good. If Because again,
Correct.
if you only worried about what you're gonna get from it, as far as money, you're missing the whole point. What about meeting good people? What about seeing people happy? So they had a
Absolutely.
luau. We had my vendor buddies came, and it was a good. Then the gentleman, him and his Asian family, he had a 3-week old baby girl, and his daughter turned 4. So we got a birthday party, and she was born August 1st, and she turned 4 August 21st. So you got a 3-week old, and you got seniors on National Senior Day. So to me, I drove hour and some change in this Houston traffic to hang out 2 hours on National Senior Citizen Day. Those are great
Oh.
moments. Like if some people might look at that like, why you want to go hang out with old people? like, but we always talk about, oh, my vending partner, Miss G, she's 70. And I'm like, I didn't grow up calling people old. So I just thought that was mean. I'm like, and what's old? My Mary Kay partner, who's on my paparazzi team too, she
Oh
just turned
wow.
50, and she was told that that's the freshman of senior citizen. You're a freshman. I guess if you're 60, you're a sophomore, and then you're a junior, and then after that, you're just a senior and up. But
Right.
I love doing it because it's ministry. Some of them don't get out, some of them don't have visitors. It's just, and any moment is what you created. If you get an opportunity, it's up to you. Like when people say, I didn't do good, you didn't, that mean you didn't want it to be good.
That's right.
You
That's
have to
right.
decide. So my best moments are any moment that I spend a lot of time by myself, but I spend a lot of time with people. So I try to find that balance between the both. So my best moments are when I get the opportunity to share it with somebody. It's nothing like when you could get jewelry from anybody. Jewelry's everywhere. But
Right.
when people buy, because that's the thing, when people don't say, people buy from people, not the product. They buy from the people, the
That's right. That's
experience,
right.
how they make them feel. Do they look forward to
Right.
seeing them? I know one time I set up in the director culinary, he bought some necklaces. I'm sure he didn't go to work today buying necklaces for his daughter. That was not on his list of things to do. But it was also the convenience that he was able to get something for his daughters and he right here at work. I consider
Yeah.
myself a problem solver. In business offices, I don't know these people hours. They may not get to the store. So
Correct.
it's a
Correct.
when we set up in these facilities and these communities, one lady was scrambling around trying to get a birthday party together. She said, "Oh, I can get some gifts from here." That's that. But then you also have the mean, grouchy people that say, "Why they here? I don't never buy nothing." Well,
Oh.
how about this? How about you suggest an activity director what you would like to see? And why don't you go over to
Absolutely.
because you don't have to buy it. That's the thing. I like what I do, whether you come over here or not. I liked packing it up and bringing it over here. And they love saying, "Oh, y'all got a lot of stuff." Well, we can't turn your living room into a store. Just we have to turn it. We have to move some things around and set some stuff up. And I'm funny. I'm like, you can walk, you can wheel over here and help me if you want to. You can stroll over here and help me. You can. They
That's
love
right.
that, and it's again, those are your favorite moments. You have to decide what makes it good for you. And for me, it's when I can share it with someone and it's appreciated versus what I go through during the day is I can't make it. I can't pay for it. Sorry. Sorry. I get a lot of sorry this and sorry that. But like my dad says, if it's sorry, it's sorry. You just have to keep it moving. So that my favorite moments is when you can do what you're supposed to do, share pink hope.
Absolutely, absolutely. You say you done a convention over at Vegas. Now, tell me, what about the Vegas scene that people don't really know about? They always think about gambling, going to casinos, and all this other stuff. But in your experience, what's like different from Vegas in your eyes?
Well, this is the thing. I went to Vegas for the first time, 2021. I always like to show my keepsake. I actually just posted a picture of all the shirts from Vegas. So 2021, the
Mhm.
exclusive jewelry and that was their 10 year. They celebrated 10 years. It's a
Oh, 10
collapsible box. So
years.
the exclusive jewelry that
Hey.
came out that year in 2021 was in here. Now this was when the pandemic was still happening. Had masks and all of that. And that was my first time in Vegas. I think I wanted to go a while back, but things happened and I didn't get a chance to go. Um, but I went to go with my parents, but my mom was on my team up until 2024. So 2021, me and my parents, and we stayed at MGM. It's at MGM, and I always suggest stay where it is so you can get familiar. Because now that I've gone 4 summers, I'm pretty familiar, where to go and what to do.
Right.
Um, so
So,
then in 2024, me and my mom, we stayed at New York, which is right across the walkway from MGM. And then the last 2 years I've gone solo and I stayed at Excalibur, mainly to have a different experience. MGM is you're paying for that lion to still roar outside at you. A lot of people don't realize, yes, it's the same MGM. You see the boxing ring out there? It's the same.
yeah.
There's not another MGM in Vegas. This is it. So there's a lot of money that comes in and out of that place.
You're
But
right.
what I do love about the experience is you're gonna see every type of entertaining. Someone's trying to show you what they're good at. It's a
Right.
show. It's
Right.
it's supposed to be lights, camera, action. And that's what I stress to those that are in not just in my business. I love what I do with paparazzi, but I want to be in the room with people that and I didn't go the year they had Janet Jackson. Me and my mom got to see Pitbull, Gwen Stefani, Christina
Mm.
Aguilera, Black Eyed Peas, just had Jason Derulo. So we've had awesome keynote speakers because it's the tickets 250, but you get your 250 work because they're giving you skills, they're giving you entertainment, they're giving you things. And what I love about it is wrapped up in one. They already got it all working. Like I'm working every day to get to. They just announced January 15th is paparazzi passport vacation. I've never gone to it. It's in the Bahamas at Margaritaville, and the Margaritaville resort is shaped like a cruise ship, so you can see the cruise ships coming in. And that's what you work for. My parents taught me don't let money be the reason you don't do something. You see what that amount is, like, and you know
Right.
what you got to do. That doesn't mean you can't have it. That's just what it
That's,
takes to get it.
that's right.
And that's what I love about what I do. I've had a salary before. I knew it, and it's not entrepreneurship is not for everybody at all. Me,
Right.
my journey has been an interesting one. It continues. See, I didn't have anybody to look at to see how to do this. I didn't want to. There's
Correct.
no. I want to be a
Correct.
jury lady when I grow up. There's not. That wasn't on the list. So it hit me the other day when I was walking around. I was like, I didn't know, but it's a combination of things. I'll say the best things that contribute to where I am. Be at 14 when my parents signed my minor's release to work at copy, and I got to talk to my first boss, both of my bosses not too long ago back home. Roy James, I was 14 working at Paper Chase Copy Center and more. And he said, I'm so glad you got the concept of what Paper Chase is because um, my mom's a banker, and she always taught me do not chase money. As much money as I see moving in this bank all day, because what sense does it make chasing something that's already moving? So the
Correct.
point of
Correct.
money is you putting yourself in position so you can be where the money is flowing. And my
Absolutely.
dad was the one that taught me, don't let money be the reason you don't know. You have to know what people feel about money before you start getting your money tied up in theirs, because
Correct.
everybody views money different because their experience with money is different. Whether they had it, didn't have it, somebody taught them what to do with it, didn't teach them. It's just it matters. And
Correct.
those are the as I met with a master's in marriage and family therapy. Those are the two reasons relationships, not just romantic ones. I can tell you in paparazzi when the price changed from 5 to 8, the feelings changed. But how can a
Mm.
price change your feeling? That shouldn't change
Mhm.
your feeling about something. Instead of getting five
Correct.
pieces, you get three. That's what math is. That's last time I checked,
Mhm.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
And last time that I checked too, everything rose in price. We don't see
Yes.
2025 prices. We don't see
Correct.
2024 prices. So
Correct.
if and the difference people say is, well, I don't need this to survive. You don't know what people need to survive. To
Yes.
me,
Yes.
I know how I look and feel, and I want to look how I want to feel. I want to present myself in a certain way so people can what respect me and take me seriously. So yeah, that sounds see how it leans more or less of a want than a need. So don't tell people, and you don't know how that person may feel when they walk into that interview and they have a strand of pearls on. Now they feel a little more confident about walking into that interview versus
Mm.
whatever they had on their interview paper or their resume. Now I look the part. Now I can walk in with confidence. Doesn't mean I'm gonna get the part, but I'm looking confident, and I can walk away knowing I put my best foot forward. So
Correct.
back to Vegas.
Correct.
Vegas is one of those
Mhm.
things that go for the show because some people are like, well, I'm not a Vegas person. It's not about it's the experience. And if you deserve to see it in the big screen, the big lights, the big stage.
That's
One of
right.
my favorites is seeing the models you see on the pictures right there in front of you saying, here, this is the bracelet. This is what it looks like. It's a
Mhm.
show. This is what it is. I learned this term the other day, IRL, in real life. Some people are
Mhm.
only what they are on this screen. Me, I'm like this every day. This is what you're gonna get when you come to my house, when you go to my
That's right.
church, when you go to my anywhere. You're gonna see this in real life.
Yeah.
And no, that doesn't make anybody better or worse. That's just the experience. Just like what I talked about at the show in Vegas, people are putting on a show. I don't put on a show. I have shows. It's a difference. I'm just showing you what I do versus I put this together for y'all. Tell me what y'all think. No, this is just
Right.
me showing up every day to show up and show jewelry.
All right. That's well said. Well said. Well said. Um, Now I've noticed, we talked a while back about you being going overseas. I think it was I don't know, if it was Jamaica or um, the Bahamas, one of them. And you were mentioning, I think we talked about paparazzi going international, like reaching out to those communities as well. And are they still doing that, or is it?
Well, paparazzi is very involved. One of their main focuses is their orphanage in the Dominican Republic. And I've been to the Dominican Republic. It's a lovely place. And I love walking around my backpack just in case, because you never know who may recognize what. Um,
Mhm.
Now, I'm a firm believer, and I always will say this: you don't have to leave the country to find children in need. That's one thing for
Right.
sure.
Right.
I commend them what they do, but I will always stand by. You don't have to leave your neighborhood to find kids in need. You know, it's you don't have to
Right.
go far. But I love what they do. Like they just when they left Vegas, they literally said they switched suitcases and went to the last graduation there. Because think about it, some of those children, she said, like one thing she mentioned, it's sad to have a baby don't know what happened. A child kind of aware to know to ask where's mommy and all that. But they said the hardest
Right.
thing is remember they're leaving when they get of age. So
Yes.
we also are able to like if I want someone wanted to join my team and they were in our US territories, Puerto Rico, Guam, Virgin Islands, they can. We that because they're US territory. They're in China a lot. That's where the warehouses are. So there's a lot of international dealings in general. And again, like I said, I'm gonna keep speaking into existence. Yesterday they had island vibes. I've been decorating. I just changed my from the 4th of July for the 250 celebration. I just changed to my it's summer. It's still summer for those that who got your pumpkins and your scarecrows out. It is still summer because it is currently 96 degrees here in Houston. They told me in upstate New York it was 50. I said we won't see 50 until November, maybe. We were far from 50-degree anything. Lady was on TikTok with her sweater on. She had her North Face on. I said, "What?" I can't even wrap my mind around that. But and I also have a sidebar with community is so important to me. I'm connected to a TikTok community. And one of our members was affected by praying for those in Hawaii. So I have my aloha and all that around here. And what I noticed, we're planning a meet and greet October 1st to the 5th. And what I noticed is some people have gotten stuck to the phone. Like we know that during the pandemic, we were stuck here. We were forced to be here. Bonds were made,
Right.
great things were done. But now, for instance, one of the guys in the community, he said, "Hey, I live in Cyprus." I said, "I'll be there second Friday." And he pulled up, we took a picture. And then the more I talk about it in other communities, it's just not happening. I mean, I would hope that if you knew you were coming to Houston, I hope I'm on the list of people like, let me see if I can connect with Ms. Brooks. It just makes to me, it makes sense. But I'm realizing that's like a new phenomenon. Like, you can actually see these people. It's actually that's what thing about Vegas relationships again keep me on the prayer list. I told my mom put me back on the watch care list. Watch me around
Right.
people
Right. Right.
because the thing that I meet a lot of people, I make a lot of relationships. You knew I lived in Houston when you signed up on my team. You knew I lived in Houston. But if you want to see me, I go to this place called Las Vegas, the world famous Las Vegas, every summer. So it's not
Right.
mission impossible. It just takes efforts. It takes work. It takes, and that's why again, back to the beginning, why I'm big about events. Be where you say you're gonna be, show up. And that's my legacy. If I never marry, never have children, my legacy, let's get together for other things besides funerals. I want you to see me, not view me. I want you again, think about it. We
Absolutely.
have viewers. Ain't nothing like when you say you laid eyes on somebody and you knew that. And again, I love technology. I love where we come with it. But just imagine when you can seal it together and be like, oh, that person is exactly who what they say in real life. In
Yes.
real
In
life.
real
And I
life.
feel that way about one of my leaders. She was the first African American elite in our business, Alicia Wright Williams. I love shouting her out during Black History Month. And when she about this tall, she's not a big lady, always wearing heels. But when me and my mom came around the corner the first time, you shouldn't have standoffish people around you. Like it's amazing that they wanted me to be in top 100 distinct ladies or whatever, the ones that do top teams of America. But they say,
Right.
yeah, our leader, she's very approachable. Why is that a compliment? Like, are we supposed to have approachable people? I don't care what level you get to, you should always be. And that's what I love about paparazzi. You could turn the corner and it's your people that you see. It shouldn't just be a jury celebrity to you. You could turn the corner, you can actually take a picture with them, hug them, talk to them. See if you want to get some
Right.
advice from them or whatever the case may be. Same way with other creators, I'm sure they look up to them, they admire them, what they do and how they got to where they are. So if you get the opportunity to pull up to them in their city, why wouldn't you have that opportunity to do it in real life? I've been using that in real life, real.
Absolutely.
Because first of all, let's start at the beginning when you don't even know what IRL is. Like what before we go any further, let's look this up.
All right. All right. Well said. you have so many people working for you. Is it like under or over 200 people? Which is very impressive, by the way.
Well, let me explain how multi-level marketing and anything goes when building. Just like that's why I am a fan of social media because it shows you how to grow. It takes consistency and people. You have to be visible, likable, and memorable.
Right.
Visibility, put it on our mind, and things have changed. Influence is so strong. You don't know what they've seen since they last seen or talked to you. So it's a lot of heavy influence. So for me, it's nothing to be consistent. Once you get in there, that routine, like when I went to my last event, like back to school, she said, I know you from TikTok. That's because they've seen you. I had it when
Right,
I went to a
right,
paparazzi event. My mom just be amazed by it. Like, these people really be watching. I said, you be watching me too. You just know me. It's
right.
different. And one lady was like, I know you. I'm literally, we had just got there to sign in and we was taking pictures about the wealth. She said, I know you. I said, and he just laughed. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, all right. She said, oh no, you're in, and remember, this is a place where people have come all over the country. And she said, oh no, you're in Dallas. I said, no, we're getting too close. Like, she might do know who I am. And come to find out, she said, no, people have shared your live, your positive. See, when they start getting closer to home, it sounds more like, yeah, believable. Not saying I didn't believe her, I just didn't know for sure. Um,
Right,
but that's the thing, be visible where people can recognize you, who you are, what your brand is. Now, when it comes to the 200 people, that means 200 people, and I have to get the other number too. There's two numbers. You got your front line and your down line. Your down line is anybody that's ever signed under me with anybody else too. My front line are the people that I sign. So that number is never going to change over a lifetime. So in um, the years that I've been with paparazzi, I have that many. And and the only way they'll leave is they pass away and it moves up to the next person. It's kind of like a placeholder. That person's always there. Like, for instance, an example, someone joined my team, someone joined under me, but then she left. But that means the other person is still there. But then she comes back under
right,
her. So you
right,
keep your lineage going. So that's how I have the numbers that I have. The thing that I'm realizing in 8 years, people do a great job of looking at me and supporting me. But what are you doing?
right,
you
right.
you're watching me work. But there's always more that a person can do when they say, I just want to support you. Like, for instance, what
Right.
this interview does, and this is for the record, people wonder how these type of things happen because I have team members, I have account. Well, how did you get an interview on YouTube? Like, it's accessibility. You can do your own interview on. You can interview yourself if you want to. It's up to you if you use the tools that you have. But it's also creating a community that you have to want to do interviews. You have to want to do a podcast. If not, there's not going to be anything out there. And for me,
Right, right.
it's the community part of it. If I'm going to do it, I'd rather do it around people that I'm already connected to. And it helps both of you grow. Like, I recently disconnected from accountability partner. You can't hold me accountable if you're not showing up. And
Absolutely.
I don't let people strike out with me. You're not showing up in your business and you're ignoring me. So before we get to strike three, let's just disconnect, because my way of doing it is reaching out saying, hey, how's it going? How's the month going? And if you need some encouragement to get out of, because some of us get out of our groove. We got to find ourselves back
Right,
into the groove. So what do I offer to do? Hey, let's do a tag team, because this is kind of what this is too. This keeping us both accountable to our field and what we're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be talking to other
mhm,
people. You're supposed to be getting
mhm,
awareness to other things, because that's what it does. Like, the event tonight is to give, and I'm so happy that I shared this with my poet friend. I was out on the
mhm.
other side of town, and you know how stuff looking familiar. I've been here out here before. I saw the street, and he said, "Yeah, you came to a show over there for me." And I asked him how he was doing, and I said, "I'll be at Taylor's tonight." And I know he's a poet, and I remember the day because his little backstory. I used to be very close friends with his sister-in-law, and I remember like yesterday talking in an apartment years and years ago, and I said, "You need to do your poetry. People can influence
That's
you."
right.
And now he does yours truly poetry, and I'm glad I shared that. That he said, "I'm gonna try to come out." That's where my, I guess, the success, back to the success. I'm going to be successful as long as I keep talking to the people, planting the seeds. They may can't come to the show today, but they know there's going to be shows. I just told you the history. Art After Dark,
Absolutely.
I've been doing it since for 7 years. So see us next year.
That's right.
It's also a way to be like, maybe this could be a follow-up interview. Art After Dark, how did it go? Plans for the
Yes.
next one. You almost have to start planning for your next as soon as the other one ends. And let me tell you a trend on the side. We usually are announced when the next convention is, but the buzz is it was not announced. And it's not just in
Mm,
paparazzi. The same thing happened to Mary Kay. I'm told of maybe in other things
mm,
where normally at the end, now they did tell us about that Bahamas trip. They did tell us about that.
mm.
But normally it's, hey, paparazzi, we'll see you next year in Vegas, and this is the theme. Didn't happen. So we shall
Oh,
see. But
okay.
time brings it. When you've been doing something years, you're gonna see what change.
Yes, I see. There's a lot of great benefits to paparazzi. They send y'all out to trips to, promote their brands, so and their jewelry and accessories, which is a blessing. It really is. And so tell me, the what is like the top jewelry, like the hot commodity for tonight that you'll be keeping a close eye on? I know you have a lot of great things, but what's that one jewelry?
Well, I know I'm gonna focus on red because it's Alice in Wonderland. I really need to kind of just look at some images and get on it. But if I can find red and hearts, that's what I'm gonna focus on. Or maybe black with red, because focus on the colors of theme a little bit. But if not, I'll always
Right.
represent the brand. And and one thing I do like about when I display this, it's gonna be so many different types of people. A lot of people in the past at this particular event, and I'm hoping again, I'm excited too because I realize it's people that I've known over years, and I probably get to see where they are in their business. How's it going? Funny story. One guy was like, "Yeah, I need something." He's a singer. He's like, "Yeah, I need something for my wife, my girlfriend, my daughter." I said, "I ain't judging. You just need some. You need separate bags. That's all. You just need separate bags." But support is support. And mainly the display is going to be focused on, I'll probably, and I may take some of my now that I think about it, I may take some of my Z collections. I hardly ever take them out. I normally show them,
Right.
but
Right.
different vibe, different scene, because this is a popular nightclub on the south side of town. So I've only gone one time for a birthday party, and I'm normally invited to do open another event, but it's always a schedule conflict. Um, so the main thing is just make sure to connect with those haven't seen in a while. Get them,
Right.
get as many people to the table. Because one thing about me, I'm gonna mix and mingle, but I let people do they, especially if you've been here 7 years. I let them do their own jewelry thing. I'm never a forcer. I make suggestions and answer questions, but other than that, do you? Because think about when you're walking through the mall and you got to do that the tunnel vision because you don't want the people talking to you. That is not me. I want you to want to, and I make a display where you would want to come over because my sister-in-law built my cases and they're nice. They're always getting compliments. There's going to be some church candy, so you come up with your strawberry candy, some spearmint or some butterscotch with it, and then it's a conversation piece because I found out who likes what kind of candy. So it's supposed to be
That's right.
more than just you can come by even if you ain't buying jewelry. It's imagine being there with two vendors. Even if you want scented oils,
Mhm.
how can you not talk to the other person? It's like it's two people. It's
Absolutely.
two vendors. How can you? I don't know. It's a lot of weird people energy out here when it comes to support. You don't have to buy a thing. You just make a swoop and go out the door. But why would you want another person standing there not spoke to?
Right.
But
Well
I see it
said.
all the time because
Mm.
and see me, I have to it doesn't bother me because okay, that person wanted it was three ladies, and I said, and I was the one that invited y'all to
Mhm.
even come over here. Of course, that's good. You want to send oils, even if you don't need any jewelry. You don't know what you can may have saw, but aside from that table, it's a whole nother person here, and that's what I
Yes.
want to do
Yes.
more of. Show people it's still good to speak to people. Sometimes when I set up at my booth, I say, "Hey, how you doing? Good morning." But oh no, thank you. No, I'm speaking to you. People, even my mom says it all
Yes.
the time at the bank. I don't think it's a generational thing. No matter how old we are, we should still speak to people. That part doesn't matter. We're taught greetings in school and up. It shouldn't matter generation. We don't speak anymore. So that's when we don't do that. She said if she's at the bank and they come in, they're not gonna speak. And if she's there and speak to them, they look at them like, who you talking to? But what happens when the
Right.
customers come in? I stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Be not be. I was just giving my team member advice today about recruiting. Treat people like they're already a part of your family. If I wanted to welcome somebody
Right.
to pop, and I'm gonna show you this real quick. If I wanted to welcome somebody to
Okay.
paparazzi, I'm waiting on this gentleman to finish his signing. It went from him buying jewelry, buying anklets for his daughter. So now he said, you know what, I'm gonna
Right.
sign him and get my own. And his birthday was on the 9th. So it's different when you can tell somebody they can get something. They gave us these at registration gifts at convention, our backpack, our t-shirt, and they also showcase our new line. But this is the gift. So for all these years, I've been saying, hey, join, you get a gift. But it's different when you can open up and show somebody what they get. And I'm ready to get one too because from now on, this is my display. I want one myself. So you have a journal
Right.
that's black, leather, and again, it doesn't matter if it had paparazzi on or not. How many of y'all have used planners, notepads, pens? You didn't care who was on it. So that's what
Hey, me.
that's what we do. We want our stuff, and that's a nice journal. Then you have the bookmark. It's leather bound with the crown here, black. And the last item that's
Mhm.
in here is the pen. So for 99, a person can get this, and they pick their own 25 pieces. Sounds like a great deal to me. So that's been
Yes, it
helpful
is.
because when people see something, it becomes different. It's a different experience. Not
Mhm.
saying that they didn't believe me before. I mean, gift sounds awesome by itself, but when you find out what it is and then you actually see what it is, your interest grows because it went from this gentleman saying, "Hey, I want to support Miss." What they call me, Shine. It's funny. Everybody calls me something different. Shine, I like that. She said, "My," and I love this part. She's more in love with how you package it in this bag because again, people like they like nice things and they want it to look nice, the presentation. So the one part that I said, I'm glad she appreciated because when I started years ago, that was the part that I dreaded having to get all. And I was a little overwhelmed because even though I'm doing all these events, doesn't mean people are not still shopping. So I have my entrepreneur moments where I'm like, who's gonna do this? Who's gonna get these orders?
That's
You
right.
entrepreneur, that's who. And to anybody that watches the replay, when you're having those entrepreneur moments, you are not alone. You're not by yourself.
Yes,
Everybody doesn't have an
yes.
assistant. Some of us may never have one.
That's right. And I want to tell you this, Kimberly. What's the advantage of being an entrepreneur, especially as you're with paparazzi, selling wonderful accessories?
You so what's the advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is I sound like my brother. This is the thing. He's a insurance salesman. Um, you have to do something that you're good at. That's what's missing with when people watch other people do stuff, especially right now. Everybody want to do this, everybody because they see everybody else doing it. But what are you good at?
Correct.
What do you enjoy? Me,
Correct.
connecting people in communities, that's what I've mastered because it didn't nothing that I did worked without it. Like as a mental health professional, when I had kids on my workload with ADHD, bipolar, and all those things, I can't just work with the child. I need everybody involved. This child needs help at home. This child needs, that's why it was called the wraparound program. This child needs a full support. So I've mastered building the community. I need to call the
Absolutely.
counselor. I need to call the youth director. I need to call the football coach. It need to be everybody because this child needs everybody. So that's how you master that community.
Absolutely.
Same way with homeless veterans. Once I got them moved into an apartment, I need to make sure they in touch with their VA. I need to make sure they're talking to their case manager. Like it's a whole community. I've mastered that.
Mm-hmm.
But let me tell you what part Kimberly did. I ain't making nobody do nothing. That's the struggle as a
Mm-hmm.
leader. I give directives, but I'm not here. But it also becomes like I'm not gonna bug you about something that you want to do. That's where it becomes heartbreaking in partnerships. This is not what I came up with because most of my team members are negative mindset, passive aggressive, and grief stricken. Why? Because people seek somebody that's like what they aspire to be. I'm none of those things. I believe that we should heal. I believe that grief is a forever process. We should grieve properly. I believe grief affects us all differently, but unfortunately for a lot of my team members, they stuck. And if you stuck, guess what? You just stuck. I can't help you move anywhere until you decide where you at in the stage of grief. And then with negative mindset, that's the type of thing where, hey, how'd your live go? Oh, nobody showed up like I thought. Well, that's why I didn't. That's why I went that way. You're negative, 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 negative. So I have a lot of negative Nancy, and then
Right.
this is a tough one, passive aggressive. I had one team member admit I'm passive aggressive. You see why it's kind of hard to tell you things, how it's kind of hard to communicate things with you because you are
Yeah.
passive aggressive. But now we made a step, but we made a step forward because you just admitted to a struggle that you have. So maybe we can work on those things together.
Right.
And that's
Absolutely.
being a leader of so many. That's why I'm glad I have a master's in human sciences to be able to maneuver all these different personalities because people are attracted to you. And I said this last night, but they don't know what they want. They just know they're attracted and they know their interest. They don't know what they're gonna do with it because it becomes a. So because with me it becomes, I let you down. You didn't let me down. You let us down. I had that same conversation with my former partner. Like, it's hard to even say it now for because you didn't want to do you didn't want to do this plan. You didn't want to do what we agreed to. If you don't want to do what we agreed to, we can't do this no more.
Yes.
That's how it comes with it. But don't make it about just what that. It's never a one person anything. What I decided while I'm doing more teaching and training, it doesn't matter who they are. If they're not getting wiser, if they're not learning, we're not going to have people to buy our products. We're not going to have people to support our lives if the community as a whole isn't better.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
entrepreneur,
Um,
and I hope I answered the question. Let me go back. The advantage is again because I get to do something I'm good at. It doesn't work if you're not good because then you're just doing something. If you truly
right.
know you're good at, because that's where the confidence comes in. The confidence comes with I know I do
Yes.
this well, but that's also a struggle too. If I know I'm good at this, then why is it not succeeding? Why are people not staying?
So,
Why are people not paying for their invoices? Why are people not showing up to the events? If this is what you're good at, that's what I was explaining to my parents. I know how to show up. I got that part. But when you're a coordinator, when you're a leader, and people are not following your lead, and not even my lead, so that's the thing too. This is the way of the world. Most people, if you call somebody, you want them to be there, right? You want them to come do
that's
what
right.
you ask them to do. But you're not.
Yes.
You know Whitney. Whitney rejoined my team, and I just think it's weird how I said, if you met me on Instagram and I'm showing the jewelry, that's how you liked it. Don't you think it's fair to give your customers the same thing? That's what you like.
Yeah.
So if you're
Yeah.
not going to do that, and if you're not going to do that, you got to get creative, very creative. That's just not like we are
Absolutely.
influenced. We're influenced. Like, oh, I like her shoes. Oh, them so cute. Them some cute earrings. Like you have to see something, and most people want to see it on that person. They want you. That's what people do. They buy into you. And I because it hit me not too long ago, but I have to differentiate it. Like Facebook has they all have different algorithms. So I'm gonna show the jewelry, but I gotta understand are you want to engage? Because if it's not gonna be an engagement, it's gonna move differently. So now they see me at
Yes.
events. If you're gonna get me live, I'm gonna already be doing something, but you still get to see the jewelry. So you have to. That's back to all the questions. Success, what's the advantages? This is only going to be as successful and it's only going to be advantageous if you're good at it. If you're not good at it or you're not, and you comfortable and confident. You got to be comfortable with it and feel confident about it. And sometimes, even with me, you have to pour it back in. So I had a hard day pushing to third. I'm working on 4K followers on TikTok before my pop anniversary. And I said I pushed to get 3,700 to wake up to 36.99. What happened? It's just the idea of seeing it, knowing you can get it back. It's just the idea of how you push. But I went live 3 times and they could call it shadow ban, they could call it whatever they want. But you know when your page is stuck somewhere. Like I said, hello, is this thing on? But I know and I know people are there. Like that's the thing. When you have longevity, they used to you. It doesn't matter. I know I'm not boring. I know they want to look at me, but what else? Like now that you're here, what can we do? What can I do for you? What can are we gonna? Because three people we used to come from online. You come online for to be distracted, which we're all distracted, educated, or
That's
entertained.
right.
I could do all three. So now that I got your attention, what do you want to do? And that's the thing. I'm in the period of my life where if I've had your attention for 7 years, What are we gonna do now? What would you like to achieve? What is do you want me to get more certificates on the wall? But if you're gonna do that, if we're gonna do that, we got to do some things. You
Mm-hmm.
got to tell somebody you saw the interview on YouTube today. Share the link. Tell somebody. That's what's
Awesome.
missing, the ministry part. You shouldn't have to tell people
Yes.
share the live. You already know what we're here to do. You shouldn't have to tell nobody tap the
That's
screen.
right.
Shouldn't have to tell nobody, hey, invite a friend. You can't be mad nobody came, you didn't
Yes.
invite anybody. That's
Right.
my favorite. People be I see you're so successful, Miss Kim. How did you get team members? Well, I said, well, what do people normally say to you when you ask? Oh, I haven't asked anybody. Well, that's why you don't have any team members. You don't need me. That's why you don't have any.
That's right.
Now, serious, these
um,
are in real life conversations.
yes. And speaking of which, have you? I know you do this plenty of times. You have to give one of your coworkers a prep talk, before they go out there because one of their minds is probably somewhere else, or if they're nervous, or hey, look, it's our first time. Um, what kind of you know motivational speeches do you normally give to them, or do you give them at all to your team members?
Well, the main thing is show up. You have to start somewhere to know where you are, and it's so many ways to practice. Like I have on my Facebook, I have a team page, so you can go in there and we're the only people who can see it. Or you can change the
Right.
setting where only certain people can see it. Say when people are not successful and it feel like you just run into a brick like me, I don't want to be under the hood tinkering on people my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like we're
Right.
all if you show up and attempt to do something, then we can work with something. But if you're already making reasons about why you can't even start or why you're not gonna get in the driver's seat, then we're going nowhere fast because we already know we're going to face struggles along the way. So if you never even get in the
Absolutely.
driver's seat and never press play, then you've made the journey even longer. Um, a normal day, I'm gonna go through a normal day with me. I'm gonna speak to my customers and my team. The gyms are my
That's
customers,
right.
they're next level shoppers, and then my Papa family, next level steppers is my team. And I'm always going to like it's Saturday, Sling Bling Saturday. It's a lot of names. Sling Bling Saturday, Saturday shopping. Take your
Mhm.
pick. See, that's the thing about it. Nobody told you that you had to do this, but pick something. Pick something. Again, do what
Yes.
you like about it. And I realized that's nothing. See, I'm influential, but I only influenced you to join me, but you didn't get influenced enough to do something for you. I've heard so many times, Miss Kim, I try to do it the way
Mhm.
you no, 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 no. I'm still over here figuring it out. You're supposed to run with how you're feeling your energy. And
Right.
my
Absolutely.
always thing is show up, show jewelry. And the what is the acronym I have? Show. Um
Yes.
see if I can remember what show is. I always have acronyms for stuff, and I need to reshare them all so it can be fresh on my mind. But I'm always reminding them to
Mhm.
have it's an opportunity too. You have an opportunity to tell somebody else about it. That's my biggest thing now. You always amazing how you remember my stats and the things that I say or whatever. I got 10 members that listen to me every day and couldn't tell you, and
Right.
that's the part I deal with personally. People choose who they want to listen to. They choose who they want to watch. They choose who they want to interview. They choose who they want to battle. They choose these are choices. So for those that took it upon themselves to do a whole enrollment, you gave people your name,
Mhm.
your information. We got a whole email. Now we have a relationship. But then it gets interesting. And again, it's not about a force. And I'm saying this publicly and talking about it more now that we're here, we can still do something. It don't even have to be necessarily related to jewelry. What I love about paparazzi is professional development. I took back to be 1% better every day in some type of way. When I get her from the desk, make
Yes.
sure this get put up, make sure that laptop get moved over, leave every room 1% better, leave every situation 1%
Absolutely.
better. And he showed the difference I'm gonna share his Instagram profile because the only thing he gave us, but I'm sure some other you can find his name other ways too. But he's from Nicaragua, but he was raised in Canada. He said, imagine being one in Canada. I was the first one most of the people met. But he was very good on talking about confidence. And he showed how much better you would be with 1% better and how much worse you are when you do 1% bad. So that was my big
Absolutely.
takeaway. If I could just do 1% better, I'll get better. And that's how I motivate anybody, though. Did you show up? Because when you miss, you miss. If you miss, you miss.
Mhm.
Because I know that's why I reached out earlier. Because I know time gets away. I have an event. I know I want to get a nap. I stay on top of things. But the biggest takeaway for me from this interview, knowing what I'm sharing is, in the season that I am going into year 8, new beginnings. I'm starting
Mhm.
over with not scratch, but with experience. I have
Yeah.
when I went to I have a weekly Honey and Hustle Roundtable network, and it's ladies entrepreneurship. Glad I said I tell them every week, y'all remind me that accountability still matters. See, no matter what other people are doing, it's still important to have people that, hey, we're here every Wednesday at 11 a.m. Checking in. How you doing, entrepreneur? How you doing, CEO? Did you challenge yourself to something? Like, those are kind of questions. See, I don't have that. I don't have that in my everybody. I'm everybody's leader. And that's the thing. I have to grow
That's
other
right.
leaders because it doesn't. That's why our certificate stopped in 2021. Nobody else grew. And even when it comes to your shopper can tell somebody else about you. Your shopper can recommend you to someone else. Because I know if I could reach the people
Mhm.
that I reach, just imagine if everybody I know told somebody else.
That's right.
So that's
That's
the
right.
to me, that's the best pep talk. And I know I'm going back to all the questions when it comes back to what's the advantages. And the hardest thing is you can't make anybody do anything. That's the thing. They have to, and I like natural, organic, effortless flow. Now we know people can push and bully and do all this other stuff. I don't have that kind of push, but I do want to make like, my new thing is I'm not gonna push you, but I will push you out the way. I'm not gonna I don't want to push you,
That's
but
right.
I will push you out the way. Like that's kind of where I'm at with it. Once somebody shows you who they are, that's what consistency is. It shows people who you are.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And I wanted to ask you this, Miss Kimberly, um, what to expect from this live event that you are so excited about? Not just the atmosphere, but um, with what you got. I know we talked about it earlier, but what do you expect?
And what I expect out of which the event later.
Yes.
Well, it's the longevity too. Again, I think that's a great story. The first event I've ever done in Houston, so we start there. Then one thing about an open mic night and artistry, it's gonna be creative energy. Now, what I'm ready to see now, which
Yes.
with most people, start on time. I'm always say start on time and nothing else. And one thing's crazy about this, you got talented people here that can do anything on the spot. You don't, we won't know the difference
Mhm.
because it's a creative space. Now, we all know when we're sitting somewhere and there's an intermission. Intermissions are better than just sitting there. You don't know why it ain't started. That's different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm gonna see if they've
Right.
improved of that over the years. Um, We'll see. And then, but the most exciting thing, I actually just shared a video where she walked up on me at one of my events. And see, that's a point of view I hardly ever see. I vent by myself all the time, so I rarely get somebody like, you want me to get a picture of you in front of your, because I'm only taking a selfie in front of it. But it's different when someone gets that point of view. So it's a video of her walking up on me. She said, "Is that our favorite jury lady?" So those are the type of things that I look forward to because I do it a lot, but I don't get to see it a lot from the perspective of other people. So, and I like,
Right.
and this is what I advise anybody: don't go anywhere you wouldn't want to go anyway. Like that whole I didn't do
That's
good.
right.
I First of all, I was blessed with a complimentary table, so I'm already blessed. They're honoring me for
Yes.
your longest running vendor, so we're walking in with a win. And so for me, it should be like any other thing. I look at it like a night out to a place that I've only been once before, but I hear good things. and I get an opportunity to share my business. So that's always a good thing. People like, how did you, I'm gonna go back. How did you do? I did well. They let me come here and show my business. So I did well.
Mhm. Yes, yes. Man, I'm real happy for you as far as your continuing success in paparazzi and this event that you're about to be in. Like you were saying earlier when I was talking to you about me moving to my new place, it's like new beginnings, and it's nervous at first, but like you said, it comes with experience.
Hmm.
So I'm real hyped up for you, and I know it's gonna be a major success. I really
Oh
do.
yeah, that's that. We all have to one day thing step at a time. Because honestly, I don't look anything about any of the storms that I'm facing. But at the same time, why would you want to? That's not, I'm not currently battling, but that doesn't mean as soon as I get off here, I may have to face something else. But what I do know is when you get another opportunity, it's another opportunity. Obviously, your story's not over if you still got an opportunity. Some people's story end before they get a chance to write the next chapter. So I know for me, I feel different and it's hard. It's hard healing, moving forward is because that's why a lot of people stay stuck. It's easy to stay where we are. Those moves forward, or especially when you walk into new territory, um, then a lot of people just don't like to take losses. But sometimes that comes with the territory too. I've I've usually been one that always looking out for everybody else, but you can't leave yourself out too. That's what I noticed with the health and wellness. It's not intentional. It just comes with the territory. I'm not want to take care of Kimberly or not doing things like that, but it's only 24 hours in a day. It's only so full your plate can be. And like my mom said, I don't care
Hmm.
how many shows you want to do, you ain't but one person, you got one voice. That's what I advise anybody to that's, and we're all in the same kind of community. You either entrepreneur or you supporting somebody. And even not from entrepreneur, we all are a brand. You represent who you are every day. And if you decided to create something with the good skills that you have, the good talents, because that's what I see right now. Whenever I look out, not just social media, like Vegas, it was everybody there wanting to showcase something and show you what they got. Whatever it is. I want to show
Yes.
you I can dance. I want to show you I can sing. I want to show you I can play the piano. I want to show you what I can do. So that's what the world is
Absolutely.
attempting to do right now. I'm showing you what I'm good at. And when it comes to a lot of creators, I'm good at just being me. And let me see how you like that. And that should be good enough too.
That's right. That's right. And how important, um, as far as paparazzi connecting to social media like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, is that the one of the biggest reasons for its rise to success?
Well, I'll say for paparazzi, their biggest, of course, social media catapults everything, but they're actually people that's in the community and doing things like vendor events. It all started with jewelry shows. They started going to shows on the road, just like um, your hostess parties, home interior, and all those ways. Those are still big, and I want to get back to that. That's why I'm doing so many events now and asking people, you don't have to do it big to do. My mom taught me a good lesson. She would take her jewelry bag to the beauty
Mhm.
shop, pass the bag around. She had enough to get her hair done. I mean, women
Right.
don't need, and
Mhm.
I say women, most people don't need instructions on how to shop. If you pass a bag around, they know what's going on. I had a DJ friend. I said, you constantly, no, he was a barber. I said, you're constantly getting the braces from me, but instead of telling them get them from Kim, they're looking at your hand. You're cutting hair. Like, I don't know how much way I could break it down to you. Go order 20 bracelets and flip them because they're going to ask you. They're looking at your hand. DJs, they're constantly
That's
looking
right.
at your hand. So, and that's the thing. There's so many people I talk to with so many great ideas. Customs that does. I noticed how many different things I have from her. I'm a person that's going to make more opportunities happen if we connect in the right ways and get that low hanging fruit. If I'm somebody going to order all the time, Guess what? Once people come around me and they realize they got access, they gonna make sure they get their t-shirts and they pay sign and again, I guess I see so much more. Not just join my team and let's sell some jewelry. No, let's connect at what we're good at. This is a vessel. Once somebody see the sparklies, then we could talk about everything else. That's how people are. Once you got their attention, it's up to you what you want to do with it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mhm.
And I know you have to get ready for your convention very shortly, but what are your final thoughts and why should people join paparazzi? Why is it worth it in your eyes?
Well, I'm gonna go back to anything else. The reason why to join paparazzi, I'm gonna speak specifically to join paparazzi. If you're someone that enjoys jewelry or enjoys other people enjoying it, again, that's the thing about it. I'm looking for jewelry lovers and jewelry sharers. That's my new thing.
Right.
You don't have to wear it to appreciate it. Like a gentleman was watching, and he said, "That's nice." I was happy he just said it was nice. Then he ended up buying it for his wife and ordered him some things. You don't know people's
Mm,
intention. You don't know what's on their mind, and that's not up to us to decide. That's the kind of shopping
that's right.
experience I like. I like going to places and they look happy that they got to get what they needed today. Because I'm a firm believer if you reach one person, you reached enough. So again, paparazzi is not for everybody. It's gone through some changes. It's like a lot of people and organizations. I've had my heart break through the company, but I'm still here. I miss my mom on my
Right.
team, but things was handled in a way I didn't agree. But that's life. You keep going. You don't let that. It's either gonna make or break you. Because my mom will always be on my team, no matter what. But my for it's me. If I was doing my recruiting, the reason to join my team is because you're getting someone with the years of experience and just know, like if somebody, I do something called Mythbusters, and a lot of people do it in industry. You basically bust the myths and break the trends that people say about your industry. Well, I don't want to sell jewelry good because most people don't. They don't. You
Right.
don't need this room was where I used to do puzzles. You don't need all of that just to wear jewelry and influence other people to do it. You don't. People think they need this, they need that before they get started. Like the lady that's putting this on. She was once on my team. Loves her rings. Poppy Princess loves it. But you got to give it like a real chance. Well, I'm gonna wait till I get my space. I'm gonna wait till I get this and this. And I told Kay, I was like, look, you are that lady. Like you came to my birthday party. She was gonna sing "I Bust the Windows Out Your Car" by Jasmine Sullivan, but somebody had already sung it. She ended up singing the last $2. And that baby sang herself right to the bar to get her drink. So I said, you already got it. And most people go somewhere with a bag or two. So just throw some jewelry in there and get to it. Like it's, and again, I don't have that force. I don't have that. You need to do this because I think that's come from years as a clinician. People got my homeless veterans so used to people telling them what to do. They say, Miss Kim, you ain't like all. I ain't no. I'm not. I'm not here to tell you what to do. Just because that's the hardest thing. What's the point of being in charge, telling people to do and they ain't gonna do it no way? So I rather let's come up with a
Right.
plan together, but it also hurts. It's hurtful even more because I'm sorry I let you down. No, 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 no. This was an agreement with both of us. That's what I want to stop in my new season. You signed up to do this with me. It's both of us. It's not just
That's
yeah,
right.
it hurts that you
That's
let me
right.
down, but you let yourself down too. So it's
Absolutely.
don't start anything, whether it's paparazzi, if you don't want to do it. Like, don't do it because somebody else. Now, for me, my cousin did say I had no interest in selling jewelry. I just didn't understand. I didn't think it was going to be anything in my life. Put it like that. I just didn't. I didn't know where this was going to fit into my life or what I was supposed to be doing. To be honest, if I my only question, like, it wasn't like no, I don't want to. I just like, why? What I'm doing this for? But I had a full time job, but end up being my reprieve. I couldn't wait to get out of work to get to my people and my paparazzi. So, and then thank God, as of June 27, 2019, that has been my full time. So it's you
Great.
do it because you want to. Do something because you're good at it. Do something because you have support. Oh, and that's important. Anytime you're ready to start a journey. See, people think that, oh, I don't have this, but you're supposed to be building your community, the people that's going to support you. So when you do get all this stuff you're getting, It ain't like you gotta again start from scratch. Like, oh, I got all my supporters. Hey y'all, I'm ready. I got my stuff together, ready for y'all to support me. Um, but yeah, before you join anything, build your community of support. Do your research. Cause that's what and people talk about those slow seasons. That's what that slow season is for. Do your groundwork, do your behind the scenes work. That way, when whatever happens, because you can't change the season's going to change on their own. That's one thing I've accepted. I can't control people money. The money is controlled is connected to a person, so I got to do my part to connect to them. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. But I definitely enjoyed this interview with you, Ms. Kimberly Brooks.
Hmm.
You're an amazing entrepreneur, and just these conversations that we have, I've always had a great experience.
Oh yeah, I look forward to
Definitely.
them. They're good, and I advise other people to do, and that's why I tell other people like somebody connect because that gives you the confidence you need. That you can't wait on the world to give you something. The world is not handing
Right.
out opportunity like that. Create it, and that's where relationships are the source of success. That's where you can create your arenas and your environments. Like that's why I go celebrate my Papaversary at Euphoria. My fifth Papaversary was there, and my seventh and my eighth. Why? Because this is the places that has given me opportunities. That's where I did my mental health seminar. That's where my birthday karaoke. Why would I go anyplace else if this is the places that giving me opportunities? That's where my community
Absolutely.
goes. That's where you're supposed to go.
Absolutely. Definitely. Definitely. So, hopefully in the future we can do it again. This time I'll be a little bit more organized
That's okay.
as
We're
far
getting it
as
together. It's one day thing step at a
yeah.
time. And it's that's the whole point is it's always something we could have done, should have done, but it's done. It got completed. A lot of stuff gets canceled, not gonna happen, whatever.
Mhm.
And for me, it was just the time was going by and I had figured out how to get on here, but I was waiting on the link. But and I said, well, in the meantime, between times, so just go sit on TikTok and it works out and I'll share it around so people can watch it later.
Definitely, definitely. Well, I know you get ready for the convention. I know it's going
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna
be a
I'm gonna
real
give me a nap. I'm
success.
gonna set my alarm that way I can have a good time. The doors open at 7, so probably here in the next few hours I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna wear. That way I know that's laid out. Just gonna do my preps. I don't think I'm dressed. I may go live again, but part of me ready for that nap too.
Mhm.
Well, I may sit here and I may not. I may roll back over to TikTok. We're gonna see here in a minute. I feel like either use the outfit or just go with it for the interview. But I feel like that nap calling my name.
That's right.
Hmm.
Well, it's been a pleasure, Kimberly, for this interview. You take care, and I know you do well in that convention. Much love to you, my friend.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll see you later. Bye bye.
All right.
Bye bye.
All right. All right. What an interview. It's a great interview. And until next time, everybody, y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe. And I'm out.